Next fight that we have on the prelims, it will be Chad Anheliger versus Jose Johnson. This is a very interesting fight as well. I think both these guys are, in terms of their fighting style, is kind of similar, although they have different kind of physical frames. Chad is 12-6. He is 4-1 in his last five. He's coming off of that loss against Ailin about a year ago. I think it was a decision loss. He's 36 years old, so he's a little old for being a quote unquote prospect here. He's fighting against Jose Johnson, 15-8, 3-2 in his last five, and he's coming off of that submission loss twister actually to Damon Blackshear. He's 28 years old, so he'd be the younger fighter here by 8 years, and also he's going to be the taller fighter, 6 foot compared to 5'6" for Chad, and the longer fighter as well. He has about a 7.5 inch reach advantage here. Fight odds for this fight are also pretty interesting as well. I think right now Chad is a plus 180. So he actually is an underdog. Opened up at plus 150, and now he's a plus 180. Jose Johnson right now is a minus 210. Gerard, I'll let you break down this fight first, and then I'll share my thoughts later. What do you think about this fight between Chad and Jose here?
So Chad Anheliger, I think he's a pretty savvy vet. I think that and he's also pretty quick for his age. I think he kind of has that he can go in and out and mix it up. Um I think he can actually out vet Jose Johnson here, even though Jose Johnson's the more explosive long fighter. I'm not sure if Jose Johnson has the experience to beat a savvy vet in Chad Anheliger. I do think Jose Johnson's a step down from Alatengeli, and Chad Anheliger had some pretty good exchanges versus Alatengeli and keeping Alatengeli honest, even though there were moments where we thought Anheliger would get finished, but he was throwing back and connecting as well with some counters. So I think Chad Anheliger's pretty savvy here and will just be the veteran. And I don't think Jose Johnson's ready yet. I think he's still kind of raw to face a decent vet in Chad Anheliger. So I'm gonna lean low to medium confidence Anheliger here as my pick.
For sure, for sure. Do you think you'll have a play for this pick as far as like maybe a betting, like maybe like do you think you'll play him by like decision or anything, or what's your play here on this fight?
This fight, I think it might be just be a money line
My
because I
yeah,
think he's pretty good odds for this fight from last time I checked.
yeah,
So
definitely.
I think I got in at around between 160 and 190 somewhere there.
Okay, yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right now, if you just look at the odds, like Jose Johnson, he is like minus 210 right now, right? So almost 2-1 favorite. Pretty decent odds on Chad there if you want to go money line. My breakdown in this fight is Chad is mainly a power kind of striker, relies mostly on his hands. He does hit pretty hard. He has a solid pace also for a power striker. I think he just has kind of okay, maybe below average, but okay takedown defense. Relies more so on getting back up or reversing positions on the ground. He's also pretty average in grappling situations overall, but he seemed to improve since his early days. I think he had like on his career he has five sub losses, but they were all like 8 to 10 years ago. So he hasn't had a sub loss in the last 8 years. Shows pretty good improvement overall for a fighter. And he's 12-6 right now. So the only times that he's really lost is really via the sub, right? So a pretty interesting improvement there. Jose, long rangey striker. I think he mixes in a lot of disciplines of striking. He can box, kickbox, mix in some Muay Thai as well with some elbows and knees. He has a pretty solid Brazilian Jiu Jitsu background as well, and he can be offensive with his subs. He has 3 subs on his record, and but he does have 4 sub losses though, so that's I don't know if he's the best defensive striker. I mean, defensive grappler, so he could be a bit hit or miss in that department. I still think that this is going to be a mainly striking matchup, and in a matchup like that, I will lean towards Jose with his range, and I think he might not have the power of Chad, but I still think he does have underrated power. If you see some of his highlights and his knockouts, he does have pretty good power for being how long and lanky he is. And the reason why I think that this is going to be a mainly striking matchup is because Chad has had zero takedowns in three UFC fights, and Jose is more of an opportunistic grappler rather than a grappler who seeks to go out and get those grappling exchanges, right? I don't think he's going to shoot for takedowns that often. So, and also both of these fighters have 7 KOs on their record. So I think that this will be a mainly striking matchup. Right now, my play is leaning towards Jose by decision. Obviously, those props, I don't think that they have dropped yet, if I'm not mistaken. I can check on Bet on. Oh, actually, they have dropped. Let's see what that prop looks like right now. Right now, Jose Johnson by points is plus 185. I think that's decent value there. I mean, I think that that's something that I might look to take a stab at. So yeah, Jose Johnson by decision is going to be the play for me, and right now that is plus 185 on Bet Online. So not too bad of a value right there.